Hey, what's up, everybody? This Eve coming to y'all with another episode with a Hit the Sled. Hey, we live in the Hit the Sled studios previewing today, week one of the National Football League season. What a time. What a time to be alive. Week one of the National Football League season. Right now, we got Kansas City and Baltimore live, but we're going to get to them. We're going to get to them a little later. We're going to get to them a little later. But as we get started on this episode of week one, I'm so excited for week one of the National Football League. Man, it's a great time for the National Football League. The NFL is at an all-time high. I remember when I was a kid, man, couldn't wait for week one for the Redskins to start. It seemed like every year the Redskins always started at RFK. I remember, man, I couldn't wait to watch the NFL today with Brent Musburger, Irv Cross, Jimmy the Greek. You know, I couldn't wait, man. Used to hear that music, man. I used to get excited. They just show it, man. Montana warming up. They used to show Joe Theismann and them warming up, John Riggins warming up. Man, it was a great time, man. It was a great time. And now the National Football League, the NFL, is the best thing on TV. We all, when the season is over in February, man, everybody gets sad. Everybody gets sad, man, because from September the 5th until February, the first or second weekend, the first weekend or second weekend in February, we got NFL football every week. From Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even on Monday. We got NFL football, man. So it's gonna be a great time to enjoy this NFL season. And man, me as a Redskin fan, slash Commanders fan, man, I'm excited about our season for the first time in about 15 years. I'm actually excited about a team, our NFL team here in DC, man. If you already know, we got a quarterback, Jaden Daniels, quarterback out of LSU. He's making his NFL debut against Todd Bowles and the Bucks defense. It's gonna be tough for Jalen though. He's starting on the road. It's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, man. But I feel as though they got a real shot to win. They got a great possibility. They got a great chance of coming out of Tampa with a victory. But for them to get that victory, they're gonna have to do a couple things. One of the things they're gonna have to do, that first of all, they got to protect Jalen. The offensive line got to protect Jalen Daniels against a very good Bucks defense. Man, that Bucks defense is very good. Todd Bowles, former Redskins safety. I don't know if you saw the press conference early in the week. The press conference he gave, he was calling the Commanders the Redskins. I just started laughing because Todd Bowles knows damn well they call the Commanders now. But he a Redskin. Number 23, Todd Bowles. He used to be back there, man, playing safety. Todd Bowles was servable. He was a good safety. He didn't make no spectacular plays. He just did his job. He was one of them guys, man, where he always was where he was supposed to be. I'm sure if anybody who played with Todd Bowles, they tell you Todd Bowles always come to work on time. Never missed a meeting, never came late. He was always where he was supposed to be. Did what he was supposed to do. But now as a head coach of the Bucks, man, Todd Bowles he's an excellent defensive coordinator. Not even very good. He's an excellent defensive coordinator. As a head coach, he's been struggling a little bit. He's been struggling. But one thing about Todd Bowles, he gonna bring pressure. If anybody been watching Todd Bowles defense, when he was with when he was the head coach for the Jets, they brought pressure. When he was defensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals, he brought pressure. When he was the head coach for the Bucks, when they went to the Super Bowl, he brought pressure. Make no mistake about it. Todd Bowles is going to be bringing pressure against Jalen Daniels. He's going to be having stuff, man, that Jalen Daniels ain't never seen before. He's going to have coverages that Jalen Daniels ain't never seen before. So that's why, for me, one of the key players in this game is going to have to be Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury got to help out his quarterback, his rookie quarterback. Cliff Kingsbury got to have a plan to help out this rookie, because Jane Daniels is going to be something. Mark my words. Jane Daniels is going to be a star in this league. He's going to be something, but he ain't going to be there yet. He's not there yet. He's not there yet. He's a rookie making his first NFL start. So Cliff Kingsbury has to protect him. Offensive line has to protect him. Another thing he's going to have to do, he's going to have to run the ball. Cliff got to use his running game to be a big part of his game plan for the Commanders to get this win. That means Brian Robinson. I call him poor man Ernest Bynum. That's what I call him. I call him poor man Ernest Bynum. Cliff Kingsbury got to use Brian Robinson. Also, he got to use Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler got to be a big part of his offense as well. Austin Eckler got to be able to run the ball, switch it up, run the ball, and also catch the ball on third down. Austin Eckler got to make plays. He got to be like Joe Washington used to be for Joe Theismann. Y'all remember that? If you're a Redskin fan, you know what I'm talking about. Joe Washington, back in the day, number 20, number 25, Joe Washington. He gonna have to be Joe Washington. He gonna have to be Calvin Bryant, number 24, third down back. He gonna have to be Brian Mitchell, Ricky Irvins. He gotta be out there making plays, man. That's what we need Austin Eckler to do. But again, Cliff Kingsbury got to have a protection first mindset. He got to help Jalen Daniels out by protecting them, letting them ease into the game. Now, man, I don't care who you are. This is your first NFL game. You're going to be nervous. You got to take the ball away from, you got to take the ball out of his hands. Put the air out in the ball, man. And just let him ease into the game. You have to give him that opportunity for him to ease into the game, for him to be able to let him settle into the game. But Cliff Kingsbury got to protect that man. And also, I feel as though Cliff Kingsbury got to use what he's known for. The hurry-up offense. He got to use that hurry-up offense. You see, one of the things, I don't know if y'all been seeing it, nobody plays in the preseason. See, back in the day when I was a kid, man, when we were kids, of course, it was 4 preseason games to last couple years. It was 4 preseason games. And back in those days, you know, the starters would play 1 quarter in the first preseason game. Second preseason game, the starters play 2 quarters, play the halftime. And then the third preseason game, they'll go all the way to the third quarter, come out at halftime, play a series of 2 in the third quarter before they come out the game. Now, nobody don't play in the preseason. So a lot of these guys are out of shape. You got Big Vita Vea for the Bucks. Man, that man ain't played a lick in preseason. He ain't in no type of condition. So you got to use that hurry-up offense. Wear that D-line down. Man, it's supposed to be 90 degrees out there on Sunday in Tampa. Man, you got to use that hurry-up. I'm not saying you got to use it every series, but you got to use that hurry-up. You got to use that hurry up offense and wear them boys down. Get them boys out of shape. Get Big Vita Veda tired. Get him not to get him not to be in because he ain't in no type of condition. He ain't been running no overback like Coach Lee used to have us running when I was in college. Man, we used to be out there in that summertime training camp running overback. O-line, D-line, overback. We used to run them joints, man. Man, first game of the year, we used to be, man, it took you, man, we was in condition. Cause Coach Lee, hey, one thing about it, Coach Lee said, you're gonna be in condition, bro. You're gonna be in condition. Bruh, you're gonna be in condition, bruh. And yes, we were in condition. So Cliff Kingsbury got to use that hurry up offense and get them boys worn down on that D line. Use it as a weapon, wear them down. And then one of the most important thing is you can't turn the ball over. That's in any football game. You can't turn the ball over, but especially this one, because I'm gonna say this, and I want y'all to hear me, man. For right now, till Jalen Daniels get used to the speed of the NFL game, till he continues to develop into that guy, which I believe he's gonna be. He just need to be part of the reason why they win, but not the reason why they lose. Let me say that again. All Jaden Daniels, all Cliff Kingsbury need to be helping Jaden Daniels to be part of the reason why they win and not the reason why they lose. And if they do that, Washington gonna be successful. Don't put the game all on him. He's a rookie against going a formidable foe in Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is a great defensive coordinator. He's a great mind defensively. I don't want them to put the pressure on him. Too much pressure on him. I would rather the pressure is on the run game and the defense. And let Terry McLaurin, just put him in position for him to get the ball to Terry McLaurin, be that point guard. Just get the ball to your playmakers. Let them go in and make some play. And let the defense take over. Now, the defense got to have a plan. Like any defense, you got to get the Baker. You got to get the Baker Mayfield. You got to put pressure on Baker. Force him to make mistakes. All right. Everybody say that's a common, that's easily said and done. But they can do it. Baker's a little guy. He's a little quarterback. You got Jonathan Allen on that D line. You got Deron Payne. They drafted Johnny Newton. Man, them boys got to come through with that pressure up the middle. We need that pressure. Get the Baker, whereas though Baker ain't no running quarterback. He ain't on Lamar. He ain't got no movements like Pat Mahomes. He can't be running around throwing the ball 50 yards in the air off the scramble. That ain't his game. Get him pressure up that middle. And then you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan for Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Man, Mike Evans, even at his age, he can still beat you. So you got to have a plan to contain Mike Evans. Chris Godwin, he's still a very good receiver. So you got to have a plan to stop them two receivers. You got to be able to force some turnovers. Last year, Dan Quinn, when he was with the Cowboys defense run game was lacking. Towards the end of the year, they was giving them chunks of yards on the ground. I remember that Buffalo game last year when Dallas had to go up to Buffalo. But one thing Dan Quinn defense has always done is turn the ball over. And the Commanders the last couple of years have not been a good team in turn the ball, forcing people to turn the ball over. If we get turnovers is the equalizer for any team. Because one thing about the Commanders, man, them DBs in that secondary ain't where it's at. So you got to be able to force some turnovers. You got to be able to get some stops, be opportunistic, get some stops, and force turnovers. No stupid penalties. You can't beat yourself. You got to be able to do those things that go down there in Tampa and sneak that win. Because if you do that, if you do those things, I think they could be able to get a win. I really do. I think they will. I think they would be able to get a win. But don't put the game on Jaden Daniels. If we're in the fourth quarter, we expect our rookie quarterback to lead us down the field to get a win. We in trouble. I really believe that. Not to say that he's not capable of doing it. He's capable, but let's not put that pressure on the rookie game one. If it's week 11, okay, now that's a different story. Week 12, that's 3 months into the season. By then, he's got a whole college season at the very least in him. He's at a good point at that time. He could be able to do some things. But not week 1. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. So I truly believe that we are in a great position to go down there against a very good team who's going to be competing for the NFC South for us to sneak a win. Tampa made the playoff last year. Tampa could have won that game against Detroit last year. In their eyes, they were right there. They were right there. So they feel like they can do it. Now, I don't blame them. They should feel that way. They should feel that way. So, man, I'm picking the Commanders to go down there to Tampa, get this win. Jaden Daniels starting 1-0. And I truly believe that we got us one. We're gonna be talking about this all season. I truly believe we got us one, man. I really do. I truly believe we got us one. And I truly believe it. I believe we got us one, man. So as I look at this game right here, it's going to halftime. It's going to halftime. Ravens versus Chiefs. It's 13-7. Rematch of the AFC Championship game. It's second and goal. 9 seconds left. Second quarter, 13-7. Everything I felt like what happened when I was doing my script for this particular game has come true. Kansas City opening season for the third time in 5 years. This in all those years, this is the toughest matchup for the Chiefs to open the season. Chiefs facing the Ravens. Rematch of the AFC Championship game. But this is a Ravens team. It's let's call it like we see it. This is all about Lamar, man. You got to ask that question when it matters. Can Lamar beat Patrick Mahomes? Can Lamar beat Patrick Mahomes? The question got to be asked. Can Lamar throw the ball well enough for them to beat Patrick Mahomes when it matters? Second and goal, 13-7. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I know it's a lot of people out there that love Lamar. I love Lamar too. Lamar seems like, man, he's a good dude. I'm pulling for him. I want Lamar to do well, but you gotta call it like you see it. For Lamar to beat Patrick Mahomes, he has to throw the ball better. And it's not hating. I know people gonna be saying, "Oh, Abe, you you hating." Man, ain't no hate, man. I don't understand when this hating come up when you speaking the truth. When is telling the truth hating? Telling the truth ain't hating. It's the truth. If Lamar don't throw the ball better, he will not beat Patrick Mahomes. Plain and simple. He is not going to beat Patrick Mahomes. That's just the way it is. If Lamar don't throw the ball better, he is not going to beat Patrick Mahomes. He's not. He's just not going to beat him. You know, so you look at Lamar's stats tonight. He 13 for 18 for 100 yards, 105 yards. He ain't beating Patrick Mahomes like that, man. Now, Kansas City got a formidable defense. Kansas City got a formidable defense. They got a tough defense. But for y'all, for Kansas City, for Baltimore to beat Kansas City when it matters, or any team, a Cincinnati, any team in the playoffs, they have to have Lamar play at an all-time high level, meaning he has to be very good throwing the football, especially in the playoffs. He has to. Lamar currently 2-4 in the playoffs. He's only thrown for 1,300 yards, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 75.7 passer rate. That ain't good enough. Lamar is great in the regular season. 2 MVPs. He's played well in the regular season, but come playoff time, he ain't got it done. He lost to the Chargers in 2018. He lost to the Titans in 2019. He lost to the Bills in 2020. Lost to Kansas City last year. He is not going to be the upper echelon passes quarterbacks in the NFL if he doesn't throw the ball better. That's just the way it is. Now, it's all in front of him. It's all in front of Lamar. The Ravens have given Lamar now everything. It's his time to deliver. I'm sorry, man. It's his time to deliver. Lamar got to deliver. Lamar got to come through for the Ravens. Not just for himself, the city of Baltimore, everybody that support him. He got to come through. But the question is, when they need him to pass the ball, can he throw the ball well enough for them to beat Patrick Mahomes to win a Super Bowl? Because all that running around in regular season, man, that ain't going to work, man. That playoff, man. They're going to have a plan for all that. Just like Kansas City had a plan for him last year. He has to be dynamic in that pocket. He got to be able to throw the ball on time. I'm watching NFL films today. Bill Belichick, who I'm advising y'all, man. I know there's a lot of people hate Bill. I know there's a lot of y'all out there hate Bill. But I'm gonna tell you something. Bill know football, man. Bill was breaking those film down. He was breaking the film down, and he was showing it. There were people open, and Lamar ain't get the ball to him. That episode is on YouTube. Go find it. Inside the NFL. The host is Ryan Clark, Bill Belichick, Chris Long, and Chad Johnson. Bill Belichick broke it down. You can see it. Dude's open. Lamar holding on to the ball. I don't know what he's looking at. One breakdown, the dude was wide open right in front of him. Throw the ball. He ain't throw it. So this is all on it's all on Lamar. I'm sorry. People say what they want. They can make excuses for him. They can say what they want to say about him. Man, it's all about Lamar. Because I'm gonna tell you something. We already seen a little glimpse of it. Kansas City got some speed out there. They got some youngers that's gonna be. Hollywood Brown ain't playing tonight. But that younger Worthy just took a reverse in. The kid Rice, he looking good. Wait till they get Hollywood Brown back. They're gonna be dynamic. I'm not saying they're gonna be Tyreek out there. The old days when Tyreek, he just throwed up Tyreek 70 yards. I ain't saying that, but it's gonna be some plays like that. I ain't saying none of them like Tyreek, but they're gonna have some plays like that. Expect the Chiefs to be flying again, man. Expect Kansas City to be flying this season. And their defense is better. That D gonna be biting. Chris Jones looking good. He got his money last year. He looked good out there. McDuffie in the corner. They ain't really got no top-notch linebackers. They D-line, they okay. But these dudes, they play as a team. They play as a unit out there. Baltimore look good too. They lost some players from last year, but they looking all right. But man, listen, for the Ravens to do anything is about Lamar. Kansas City gonna be there. Kansas City, ketchup and mustard, they gonna be there. They're gonna be there. So it's gonna really, 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 really be up to what Lamar gonna do. Because I'm gonna tell you this now. If Lamar don't get it done, it ain't no hating. He just ain't getting it done. Now we got a second half in front of us. It's 13-10 halftime. Chiefs up. Ravens, they doing what Ravens do. They play defense. It's in front of Lamar. Everything is in front of Lamar. So we'll see. We'll see. The next game I'm gonna talk about is Green Bay and Philadelphia. Packers versus Eagles. Tomorrow night in Brazil. Sao Paulo. This is a very interesting game too. To start the season. This is a big matchup right here. The NFL knew exactly what they were doing. With this matchup right here on Thursday night between Lamar and Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts. They know exactly what they're doing. Because this is what this game right here, this is what this game about. The question you need to be asking yourself, can Jordan Love continue the steady progress that started last season? Can he continue to add on to what he was doing last season to go take his game to the next level? Because if he do that, the Packers in business. The other question you got to ask yourself, can Jalen Hurts regain his form that he had from the 2023 season where he led the Eagles to the Super Bowl? Can Jalen Hurts get back to that level? We don't know. We about to find out because last year he was battling injuries. He didn't play well. So we're going to find out now, can Jalen Hurts get back to that 2022 form? Because if both of them quarterbacks do, they're going to be in contention for competing for a Super Bowl spot. Because the Packers, hey man, I'm gonna tell you something. If Jordan Love do what he's going, I believe he's gonna do, which is he's gonna continue to get better. He got his money. He put in the work in the offseason from where everybody is saying. He got paid. They got a good offensive line. They got very good young receivers. Man, they got them young receivers in Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed. Man, they got some young thoroughbreds at that receiver spot. One thing you got to understand about the Packers know how to draft quarterbacks. The Packers have done this now for the past 35 years. They've done it for the past 35 years. Brett, they traded for in the second round. As soon as Brett was getting longer than the two, they drafted Aaron Rodgers. Aaron sat for like 3 years. Fourth year, he came on back. They put Aaron in. They told Brett, you know what? It's time. It's time for you to move on. Okay. And then Aaron plays, wins all them MVPs, wins the Super Bowl, just like Brett Favre did. As he was getting long in the tooth, they bring in Jordan Love. Guess what happens with that? Jordan Love sits for like 3 seasons. And then they tell Aaron, it's your time to roll. It's Jordan Love. Jordan Love started off slow, but I believe he started off slow last year because of the inconsistency of the young receivers. It wasn't because of his he was right there. He wasn't really turning over. He really wasn't throwing picks. He wasn't turning over the football. It was just that the receivers were inconsistent. And as the season got on, as they continually got better, his game took off. And now they went and got a reliable running back when he's healthy. Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is a very good running back and catch the ball out the backfield. But Josh Jacobs' deal has been his health. Can he stay healthy for 17 games? That's a question mark. We don't know that. But you best believe the Packers, they got somebody back there backing up Josh Jacobs that can really put it that can really get it done. They got good defense. Yeah, they changed defensive coordinators, but they're gonna be all right. The Packers know what they're doing. So overall, they got a good team. So the question is, can Jordan Love take him to the next level? Because if he does, they're gonna be right there. Because the experience they got last year in the playoffs, going into Dallas and beating the Cowboys the way they did, right? They beat the Cowboys, right? They beat the Cowboys, and then they go to San Fran. They gave the 49ers all they can handle. They were right there to the end. Jordan Love threw a pick, but he was right there. So the Packers got valuable experience last year. So now they coming in this season confident. They feel as though they ready to go. And you go over to the Eagles. The Eagles feel like it's their time. It's their time too. But again, it's about Jalen Hurts. Is Jalen Hurts going to be able to regain his form where he came in second in the MVP battle against Pat Mahomes? He lost the MVP to Pat Mahomes last year. I mean, in 2022. Is he going to be able to regain his form? That's the question. Is he going to be able to regain his form whereas though he can be able to lead this team to the Super Bowl? Because Howie Roseman, the Eagles GM, Howie Roseman, he's done an excellent job too rebuilding his roster. Saquon Barkley got added at running back. Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Saquon gonna be highly motivated because I don't know if any of y'all watch Hard Knocks. Giants off season. The owner of the Giants, John Murray, he didn't want Saquon to lead. The GM said, "Nah, we need to use that money for something else. We ain't giving all that money to a running back." Okay. Where he goes to the Eagles. He's gonna be highly motivated. For the first time in his career, he's gonna have a very good offensive line. Very good offensive line. He gonna have Devontae Parker. They traded for Jahan Dotson from us. Skins trade him for a 3rd round pick. Say, hey man, we don't need you. You ain't fitting into our program. Howie Roseman rebuilt the defense, so they feel like they're gonna challenge. They feel like they're gonna be challenging the Eagles. I mean, the Niners and the Lions to go to the NFC Championship game. So this is gonna be a very interesting game. Come to mind. Very interesting. Very interesting NFL game. I'm looking forward to it. Because if Jalen Hurts play well and Jordan Love play well, that means them people, hey, it's gonna be a battle for them people to fight against with the Niners to get to the NFC Championship game. And we're gonna talk about the Niners a little later, but it's gonna be really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. So we're gonna see tomorrow with that game. We're gonna see that game. I'm picking the Packers. I like Jordan Love, man. I like Jordan Love. I love the young receivers. All they're gonna do is get better. They're gonna keep getting better. I don't know about that Eagles secondary. Let's see if they fix their issues. Let's see. Let's see if they fix their issues. Next game I'm gonna talk about is that Rams Lions. As you can see, I'm going to I'm talking about contenders here. Talking about contenders. We're talking about contenders. Rams Lions. This is a rematch of a playoff game last season. And this was a very good game. Lions won that game 24-23. It was a great playoff game, too. It was a great playoff game. People picking Detroit as a Super Bowl contender. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell y'all this. Y'all better not think Detroit a fluke. Detroit ain't no fluke, man. I'm going to tell y'all why Detroit ain't no fluke. Detroit got the recipe to play anybody. They got receivers. They got a physical, and I mean physical, offensive line. They got 2 running backs. They got a quarterback that they don't need him to play great. They just don't need him to turn the ball over. See, that's a misconception people got Detroit. See, Detroit, they don't need Jared Goff to be hero. They don't need him to be Pat Mahomes. They don't even need him to be Matthew Stafford. All they need Jared Goff to do is to do his job and not turn the ball over. Just get the ball to the receiver, throw it to the tight end. They got a very good tight end. They got very good receivers, Amari St. Brown and them boys. They got a physical offensive line. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. If Jared Goff don't turn the ball over last year, I mean, every game Jared Goff didn't turn the ball over, Detroit won. In any game, you don't want to turn the ball over. But when Jared Goff didn't fumble or throw stupid picks, Detroit won the game. Detroit didn't really beat themselves last year, much at all. The only time they beat themselves is when my man, Coach Campbell, starts to do stupid stuff. Go for it on 4th down when he's not supposed to. Kick the extra point like he's supposed to do against Dallas. Stop going for 2 all the time. Kick field goal. Stop always going for 3. I mean, going for touch. Man, just kick the field goal. I hope teams that stop that not going for field goals. 3-point matters. It counts. Dan Campbell refused to kick field goals last year. And the Lions, man, I'm going to tell you this. The Lions got a great, let me don't say great. Very good defense. They got Hutchinson, my man, from Michigan, leading that D-line. Linebacker core is very good as well. Secondary, they drafted Terrion Arnold out of Alabama last year. So they expect their corners, they secondary to be upgraded. They expect them to be upgraded. And I think they are. Man, Detroit, I'm gonna tell you something. Detroit, man. People thought last year was a fluke. Last year was not a fluke. They've been building for this to reach this point. Let's see now if Dan Campbell ain't gonna mess it up. Now Dan Campbell star too. He got Applebee's commercials. Some of them kind of funny. He got Applebee's commercials. He got Applebee's commercials. Hey man, everybody got to eat. Everybody eating in Detroit. Steve was getting paid. Jared Goff got paid in the off season. Dan Campbell said, "I gotta get some money too." So, man, they up there in Detroit, man. Hey, people think that they ain't the same old lines with Megatron and them and Matthew Stafford. They ain't them lines right there. Them people's there. They gonna be a handful. And when you look at the Rams, who they playing, it's all about Matthew Stafford staying healthy. And how the Rams gonna play without Aaron Donald? How they gonna play without Aaron Donald? All-time great, retired last offseason. All-time great, man. Man, let me tell y'all something about Aaron Donald, man. I'm lucky. We all lucky. Some of us that been watching football a long time. I remember Jerome Brown a little bit. Of course, Warren Sapp. Reggie was the defensive end. I remember down there in Detroit, Luther Ellis. Yeah, I'm naming somebody right there. Russell Maryland down there with the Cowboys. Redskins, Dave Butts when we were kids. I just dated myself right there. 65 Dave Butts with the Redskins. Never painted his helmet. God rest his soul. Dave Butts just passed away. I think it was last year or maybe the year before. Man, I remember John Madden talking about Dave Butts all the time, man. It was so funny, man. As a kid, I used to be laughing. Man, Aaron Donald is an all-time great. Aaron Donald is one of the best defensive players of all time. All time. Man, Aaron Donald was like that, man. At 200 and probably 80 pounds, if that. Probably about 285. Aaron Donald was an all-time great, man. So congratulations to him. He's retiring. He retired during the offseason, man. Made a lot. He did his thing, man. He left his mark in pro football, man. First ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of them guys, man. Ain't no question. We ain't even debating him. So Sean McVay, he got to rebuild this team, rebuild that defense. They're gonna need a franchise quarterback soon. They're gonna need a franchise quarterback real soon. Real soon, they're gonna need a franchise quarterback. And I'm gonna tell you this: if Stafford gets hurt, the Rams competing for the number 1 pick. Man, the way it's looking, it's gonna be one of those things where, because I don't know if Stafford gonna stay up for 17 games. Stetson Bennett, the backup. Stetson, hey man, that man was throwing 5 picks in the preseason game. I don't see it. I don't see it. So the key to the Rams season is whether or not Matthew Stafford gonna play 17 games. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna play 17 games. So, man, I'm picking Detroit, man. I think Detroit gonna go a long way this season. We're gonna be talking about Detroit in January. The next team I'm gonna talk about. This is another interesting game. Cowboys, Cleveland versus Dallas. You got Deshaun Watson against Dak Prescott. Man, let me tell y'all something. Cleveland is ready to compete at a high level. Cleveland, all they need is Deshaun Watson to beat Deshaun Watson that was down there in Houston. That's all they need. If the Browns get Deshaun Watson from Houston, they're gonna be on point. They're gonna make some noise. The Browns, they missing the Browns missing on Nick Chubb. But apart from that, the Browns are loaded. Cleveland got talent. Nick Chubb recovering from that knee injury. He gonna be, he might be late on in the season. That devastating knee injury against Pittsburgh last year. Hopefully he get back. God bless him, man. Hopefully he get back soon, later on in the season. But Cleveland got Amari Cooper, Jared Jeudy, Elijah Moore, David Njoku, O-line stack. On defense, Myles Garrett, monster out there. They got other players. Cleveland ready. But their whole season revolves around Deshaun Watson. Kevin Stefanski won Coach of the Year last year. He did that without Deshaun Watson on the field. Deshaun Watson got hurt, was done for the year with some type of shoulder injury. If they can just get Deshaun Watson to earn his check, man, they're gonna be in business, man. They're gonna be in business. They need it. Kansas City driving 13-10. Third quarter, 11 minutes left in the third quarter. They driving though. So you got that, and you look at the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys on the other side, man, they got a lot of issues. Man. There was a lot of noise out of Cowboy camp last year. I mean, this past training camp. Sorry. You got Dak Prescott. Don't know whether or not Jerry gonna pay him. Gotta ask him questions. They asking him questions every day about his contract. Jerry don't want to give him no money. You got CeeDee Lamb missing all the training camp. And just got signed about 2 weeks ago after a long holdout. Michael Parsons, he want to get paid. He trying to get paid soon. There's a lot of pressure on a lot of people out there. Head coach Mike McCarthy. He on the last year of his deal. So Jerry made a conscious decision. In my opinion, Jerry saying, man, I got to find out before I start cutting out checks to these people. Jerry just saying, hey, y'all perform, I pay y'all. If y'all don't, I'm moving on. I think flat out, that's what he's doing with Dak Prescott. I think he's saying, hey, Dak, I got to see it. If you play well, I'm going to give you your money. I got to get a return on my investment. And to be fair to him, because I like Dak. I think Dak a good dude. I think, man, Dak, man's mom passed away from cancer. Brother committed suicide. He himself said he was dealing with mental health. I'm a supporter of Dak Prescott. I think he's one of them dudes, man. He persevered. He seemed like, man, he went through a lot, man. So I support him. I'm pulling for him. But you gotta call a spade too. Dak ain't performed in the playoffs when it mattered. And if you Jerry, how am I supposed to give you $60 million and you can't get me to an NFC championship game? How am I gonna do that? What business sense do that make? How is that a return on my investment? How is that a return on my investment? So I understand exactly what Jerry is saying. Can't blame him. Cannot blame him, man. I cannot blame him. I'm looking forward to this game. Tom Brady first game in the commentating booth. Tom Brady trying to be like John Madden out there. I'm trying to see if Tom gonna tell the truth. If he's a truth teller. Because if he's a truth teller, I'm gonna be a fan. I like truth tellers. I like people that tell the truth. And the truth of the matter is, Deshaun Watson got to play better, and Dak Prescott got to play better for both of these teams to get to where they want to go, for them to get to the place they feel like they can get to. And that's real. That's real talk. So the Cowboys is going to be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to this game too, to see how Dak Prescott responds and how Deshaun Watson responds as well. I'm really, really interested to see how that is, man. How both of them dudes perform and how both of them teams look out there. The next game we're gonna talk about is the Jets Niners. Monday night, last game of the opening weekend of the NFL season. The Jets coming to this season with a lot on the line. Jets again a key piece of their team back in Aaron Rodgers. Aaron coming back after blowing his Achilles in week 1 against the Bills last year on Monday Night Football. The Jets believe they can make a Super Bowl. The Jets feel like, man, with Aaron Rodgers, and if they can get blessed by the football gods and stay injury free, they can go a long way. Last year, the offensive line was a big weakness. Man, the Jets made a lot of improvements. They made a lot of additions. They got Tyron Smith from the Cowboys, got Morgan Moses from the Ravens. Morgan Moses, Redskin Commander fan. Remember Morgan? Morgan was one of our draft picks out of UVA. I used to see Morgan Moses. He used to be down Oohs and Ahs, man. He used to be way down here with his family, down on U Street, going down Oohs and Ahs, getting soul food down on U Street. I saw him down there a couple times. Yeah, that's when I was 400 pounds. I used to eat Oohs and Ahs every Saturday. I used to go down there, get the turkey wings. I used to get the turkey wings, greens, potato salad, and 5 wings, 6 wings. Because they sell them 6 wings. Yeah, it was 6 wings. Man, I used to eat that. I used to eat that every weekend. I ain't ate no ooze in 5 years, man. That's when I was 400 pounds. I used to see Morgan Moses down there, him and his family. They used to be down there, man. They come out there with like 4 bags. And then they also drafted Oli Fashoni from Penn State. He played with Caleb down there at Gonzaga. I believe so. He from the area though. He from the area, went to Penn State. So the offensive line for the Jets gonna be a strength. But the thing about that is you gotta expect that rookie to be ready to go, because Tyron Smith, with his injury history, he ain't playing 17 games. He's gonna miss a lot of games. He's gonna miss a lot of games. So the rookie has to be ready to go. And by all accounts, during training camp, he's looked very impressive. Even in preseason, he's done a tremendous job. So with Tyron Smith, you guarantee he's gonna miss some games. He has an injury history, but you need him sometime during the season. Get him the rest and just get him ready for the playoffs. 14-year vet, Tyron. So I remember when he was at USC, man, he came in the league. He was a young dude. I believe he came in the league when he was 20 years old. He was a young dude when he got in the league. Young dude. Man, skill wise, Jets loaded. Skill wise, the Jets, man, they got Garrett Wilson at that receiver, Mike Williams, Alan Lazard, tight end Tyler Conklin, running back Brees Hall, and they got that rookie Brayson Allen from Wisconsin. Man, Jets have skill. But the question is Aaron Rodgers going to be healthy? That's the question. Is Aaron going to be healthy enough to make that big of a difference? That's a big question. He does not. That's a big question. That's a big question. So you gotta look at yourself. You gotta look at yourself and say, are the Jets competing for? Can the Jets actually compete for a Super Bowl? I think so. I think the Jets, man. The Jets got a defense. The Jets got a defense, man. That can, man. They Super Bowl caliber defense. They defense, man. They got some players on that defense. They got a dominant defensive front. Linebacker core is dominant. They got a secondary that is loaded with Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Chuck Clark at that safety position. Man, the Jets can compete. The question is, can Robert Saleh take this team to the playoff and make a run to the Super Bowl? Lamar just threw Zay Flowers was open. Lamar threw the ball. It was a 9 route. He's supposed to throw that outside the number towards the sideline. He threw it inside the number. DB just knocked the ball down. That's what I'm talking about. You got to be able to make those plays, man, to beat the Kansas City. If Kansas City score a touchdown right here, that's game over. That's 17. It's 20-10 midway through the third quarter. Lamar making my point for me right now. Lamar making my point. He making my point. But Robert Saleh, if he does not get this team to play well and get them to the Super Bowl, Woody Johnson will be making changes. A lot of them guys won't be there in the front office and on the sideline. On the other sideline, you got the San Fran, you got the Niners, you got the San Francisco 49ers. They had a turbulent offseason. Of course, they lost to the Chiefs in overtime. Devastating loss to win the Super Bowl. Could have won the Super Bowl. Chris Jones saved the Chiefs. Made some plays. Dudes were open. Brock Purdy couldn't hit him because of Chris Jones' pressure. Kyle Shanahan made some changes to the coaching staff. Let go of some people, 5 defensive coordinators. Brought in a new one. And then they come into the season, got holdouts and a hold in. Trent held out for more money, which he deserved. Brandon Ayuk wanted Justin Jefferson money. He ain't Justin Jefferson, but he got his money though. He eventually got his money, but he did a hold in. He just got his money a week ago. So all training camp, he was there, but he didn't practice. I don't know about that. So it's going to take them time to ramp up. Christian McCaffrey been hurt all training camp, got a Achilles and calf injury. That ain't good. That is not good. You have to have that completely healed before I put McCaffrey back out there. I understand they want him out there regular season. Will come out there regular season week 1, get him out. No. In my opinion, they need to let that man completely 100% heal before running him back out there. So I think the Niners gonna have a turbulent start to their season. I really, really do think they're gonna have a turbulent start to their season. As the season goes on, they're really, really, really gonna be. They're gonna ramp up. They're gonna get better. They're gonna do their thing or whatever. But initially, with all these, I just think they're gonna start off slow. The Jets, on the other hand, the Jets, man, the Jets are gonna be, man, the Jets, if the Jets stay healthy, they're gonna be a problem, man. Because they got a defense. And Aaron, they saying he's been slinging it. He's really been slinging it. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be Monday night. We're gonna see. Some of the additional games that I'm gonna be looking at. Hey, Raiders Chargers. My old coach, Jim Harbaugh, is the coach for the Chargers. I'm gonna tell you something. Nobody's talking about the Chargers. The Chargers are gonna be competing in that division. One thing about Jim, if you go back to his time with the Niners, he came in there and instantly things changed. Instantly, things change. Instantly. And that's what's going to happen with the Chargers. The Chargers are going to run the ball. They're going to be physical. Jim already said it. The offensive line is like a weapon to me. You know what that means? Hey, man, put your hard hat on. We running that ball. They cut all the receivers. They traded receivers. They just let receivers go. They let Mike Williams go. They let my man Keenan Allen trade him to Chicago. We're gonna get us some young dudes. If you go to San Francisco back in the day, the only receiver really they had was what? Crabtree. Crab was the only dude. Tight end, Vernon. Frank Gore at the running back spot. Had an old Randy Moss when they went to the Super Bowl that year. Man, I'm trying to tell you something, man. The Chargers, they playing the Raiders. Now, that's a rivalry game. It's a lot of Raiders fans in LA. It's a lot of Raiders fans. Might have Bo out there on the sideline. Man, let me tell you something. When the Raiders were in LA, man, they used to come on NBC Channel 4. When Bo used to be out there, when Bo used to be finished playing baseball, Bo used to be out there. Number 34, Bo Jackson. Man, that was must-watch TV. Man, Bo was something else. Silver and black. They used to play the Chargers down there in San Diego, man. And it was something. So that's a rivalry right there. Raiders Chargers, that's a rivalry. That's a rivalry right there. So you got the Raiders Chargers, Justin Herbert. Jim got a great quarterback. Jim is gonna do big things. Jim's gonna do big things, man. So the AFC is gonna be competitive. You got Pittsburgh and Atlanta. Kurt coming back from his Achilles injury, you know. That's gonna be something right there. See how Kurt responds. The game is in Atlanta. You got Russell Wilson starting for the Steelers. Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all this now. Russ playing for his starting quarterback career now. If Russ don't get it done right now, that's it for him as a starter. That's what I believe. If he does not get it done, that's it for him as a starter. That is it for him as a starter. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. And the last one I'm gonna talk about, man, is Tennessee at Chicago. Caleb Williams making his first NFL start, making his NFL debut. Expect him to struggle, but also he's gonna make some spectacular plays too. It's gonna be up and down season for Caleb. Caleb gonna make a lot of plays, man. Caleb gonna make a lot of plays. He's gonna be spectacular, running around, throwing the ball 50 yards, man. And he's gonna be, man. He's gonna be doing a hell. He's gonna be good. Now, how good he's gonna be, we just wait and see. See, the thing about rookie quarterbacks is that, you know, we all saw what CJ Stroud did last year. Man, that ain't the typical NFL rookie season for a quarterback. CJ Stroud had an exceptional season last year. You don't really usually get those type of seasons out of a rookie. Credit to CJ Stroud, man. Really, really credit to CJ Stroud. Credit to him, man, because he did a great job as a rookie coming out there leading that team to a playoff, winning a playoff game, and then going to Baltimore and Fort Wayne, losing to Baltimore in the divisional round, the playoff. He did a tremendous job. He did a tremendous job. But typical rookie quarterback don't have those type of seasons. A typical rookie quarterback, you see, the way I want everybody to look at it is this. Whenever you start a new job, take yourself for instance, you get a new job, right? When you get that new job, it takes you time to get used to what they trying to get you to do. Typically, it's different from what you've been doing. So it takes you time to adjust. It's a lot different, especially when you move up. When you move up in ranking what you're doing, it's different. It's more difficult. Things are moving faster. And it takes time for you to slow down, for you to learn what you need to do. So that's the same thing for a typical rookie quarterback. I remember I saw Steve Young, Hall of Famer Steve Young, former 49ers coach. Steve Young said, playing quarterback in the NFL as a rookie is like you in college, it's like driving on the freeway and then you go to a NASCAR event, right? It's moving 100, 200 miles an hour. That's how different it is. Being an NFL rookie from college and then going to the NFL. Now, these guys have been playing now because of the development of quarterbacks now with the 7-on-7 camps in high school, all through college, the way they throw the ball. So, and a lot of the college concepts now have moved to the NFL. So a lot of these quarterbacks now are getting more and more familiar. A lot of the NFL coaching are bringing in those offenses into they're tailoring their offense to what the college quarterbacks did in college to what they can do in the NFL. So it's a lot more easier for them to assimilate to the NFL game. But still, it's a big jump in the speed. So it takes a special talent for them to play quickly to be able to get the job done. So I expect Caleb to struggle a little bit this season, even though he has a lot of weapons, man. DJ Moore, who just got paid. If you was watching Hard Knocks, you could see that. Keenan Allen playing for a non-contract. They got Swift in the backfield, got a good tight end. Offensive line has gotten better. One thing about the Bears, I'm gonna say this too. It's a good thing. This is coming up. Ryan Poles, the GM of the Bears, man. That dude right there. He kind of know what he's doing. He came from Kansas City. He played at Boston College. He played an offensive line at Boston College with Matt Ryan. He blocked for Matt Ryan in college. He goes to the league, but he didn't make it. So guess what he does? He finds his way, gets an internship. He gets in the NFL and works his way up all the way through Kansas City. He young dude. He works hard. He gets his opportunity, and then he gets hired as GM. He's doing a tremendous job. He's rebuilt the Bears team. They got a real shot, man. The next couple of years of doing something spectacular. But it's just how fast Caleb gets it going. Caleb gonna be something too, along with Jalen Daniels. Caleb gonna be something too, man. Make no mistake about it. He's gonna be something too. So, with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody that's watching me on Hit the Sled, man. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. I'm looking at my comments right now. I got man, hey, everything I said about Lamar, that's what's happening. Everything I said about Lamar, that's what's happening. Lamar has to throw the football better. They got 26 yards passing in the second half. Man, you ain't beating a college team like that. You ain't beating Georgia like that, man. You ain't beating Georgia. It ain't hating if you speaking the truth. If I'm hating, I'm lying. And I ain't lying. Lamar got to play better passing the ball. This season for the Baltimore Ravens is all on Lamar Jackson. It's on Lamar Jackson. Any Ravens fan, if they tell you something different, if they make excuses for Lamar, shame on them. Because as a fan, I can love you, but I can tell you the truth too. I can love you, but also I can tell you the truth. And the truth of the matter is, until Lamar throw that ball better, he ain't beating Pat, man. He is not beating Patrick Mahomes. If you watch it on TV, them people on TV come out there and make excuses for Lamar, that's because they scared to tell the truth. They scared to tell the truth. They scared. They don't want the heat. They don't want people to scream at them on Twitter. They don't want people to scream at them on Twitter, scream at them on Instagram or nothing like that. Man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Lamar, unless he gets comfortable, unless he gets better throwing that football, they will not beat nobody. The defense held Patrick Mahomes to 20 points so far in the late third quarter. Man, if you hold Pat Mahomes at home opening night to 20 points midway through the third quarter, almost at the end of the third quarter, you doing your job. You doing your job. But you mean to tell me I got a two-time NFL MVP and we got 30 yards passing in the second half? We got 30 yards passing in the second half. How can that be? How can that be? You see what I'm saying? All off season. They was asked where Lamar at. Lamar ain't nowhere near. Lamar missing all the OTAs. You see, this way the OTA stuff. Not to say I'm saying that's why he ain't playing well, because he ain't go to OTAs. I'm not saying that at all. But when it matters, he got to throw the ball better, man. Lamar is 17 for 26, 146 yards. That's 5 yards a pass. Now, who are you going to beat in pro football throwing the ball 5 yards a pass? Nobody. Not a good team. You'll beat Carolina. Not a good team. So the point I'm trying to make is, you see, he's saying, okay, I'm just running around. See, this rookie Lamar right here, that running around stuff. See, you can't do that in the postseason, man. Because by then he gonna be beat up. By then he beat. You know why they call him Holden? That's an all pro dude right there. The center all pro. You know why he holding? He don't know where Lamar. Lamar Lamar just running around. Now that wasn't holding. That wasn't holding right there. That wasn't holding. So hey man, I'm just tell you like this. I'm gonna just tell you, man, the Ravens, they got a lot of work ahead of them. Because they gave the man weapons. He got a running back. Got a young old line that's big, strong. Now they running quarterback power out there because he can't throw the ball. Man, he ain't gonna last like that. Look, and they telling him. Man, you can't throw him. Look, 35 said something to him. Got him mad. He in his head. They got him in his head. He can't throw. Probably told him something that he S. He's some S. That's probably what they told him. Man, so hey, the Ravens, hey man, I'm gonna tell you something. The Ravens, man, hey, the Ravens in trouble. Hey man, I'm just calling like I see it. I'm just calling like I see it, man. I'm just calling like I see it. It's one of those things where he didn't look like he got better than me. What was he doing all off season? What was he doing? Was he working on the passing game? He won that OTAs. What was he doing? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. But with that being said, hey man, I appreciate everybody who checked me out on Hit the Sled NFL preview. You know, this we're gonna be doing this at least twice a week when the NFL preview, college preview coming tomorrow. We're gonna preview the Michigan Texas game, which is tough, which is gonna be is gonna be that's gonna be a battle. We're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna talk about Colorado, Nebraska. That's gonna be a big one. We're gonna be talking about Clemson, App State. That's gonna be a big one. So, hey, man, football season is here. I'm happy to see it, man. I'm happy to see everybody here. You know, it's one of those things where it's great to see football back, man. You do got Green Bay, Philly tomorrow. That's gonna be a great game as well. I talked about it earlier on Hit the Sled. It's a battle between Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts. Can Jalen Hurts go back to his 2022 form? Talk about that. Can Jordan Love continue to stack on to what he did last season? Because if he does, they can do something, especially with those young receivers. They're gonna be able to do something. And then can Jalen Hurts regain his form that made him come second in the MVP voting in 2022 to Pat Mahomes? So it's gonna be NFL season is here. You know, what a time. What a time till November. Hit the sled. You know, we back, man. I truly appreciate everybody who watched this game. We're gonna be broadcasting live, big games. We're gonna be broadcasting live when Coach Prime and them against Nebraska. We're gonna be broadcasting live for that one. Lamar threw a touchdown. Well, he didn't throw. He threw a little running around thing, and Isaiah likely made a play. That ain't sustainable. You can't keep doing. You can't keep relying on that. But you know, credit to him. He got it done. Scramble drill. 22, 32. You gotta make Nick Bolton. You gotta make that play, man. You got. Oh man, you got to tackle. Oh man, number 6. You got to tackle, man. You know, so we're gonna be broadcasting live when Coach Prime, Nebraska, on Colorado, broadcast live for that one. Hit the sled. You know, man, pass the word, man. Leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know, we're gonna be here live all season long. Hit the sled. Man, I truly appreciate y'all, man. Thanks a lot, and God bless. Y'all have a good night.